Hey, what's up? It's JJ, the Lonely Bolognese here in my condo back in Bangkok after a weekend in Hua Hin. And glad to be here. How are you guys doing? We'll get things started in just a little bit. We'll wait until we get a few more people on before we get into the meat of the discussions. And then anything you guys want to talk about on chat, it's kind of an open forum as always. I try to read all the comments on chat as long as they're appropriate. And we're we're all having a good time. So, yeah, last week I was under the weather. I went to Hua Hin with some friends and enjoyed the weekend, but I had this really bad chest congestion, and it really affected me. In fact, I did a video that I don't. I think it's posted public. Yeah, I think it is. Um, but when I was walking back from the beach, there was a small incline, and it really affected my breathing. I couldn't hardly catch my breath. I felt like I had COPD or something like that. So, but it's much better now. I've been on medication for the last week and a half, and I'm feeling a lot better. I actually got a full night's sleep last night, which is the first time I've slept more than 3 hours in the last month, probably. So that was good. So I'm well rested, enjoying life as always, and ready to meet the day, the Sunday morning breakfast, Sunday morning coffee with you guys. So Ken's on board. You answered my question. What was the question, Ken? Um, I think you either sent a comment on one of my videos or emailed me, but I can't remember. I get so many emails and so many comments. I try to answer them all. Mark Vance, hi JJ. I'm still here in the Philippines. Oh, cool. Awesome. How are things there? How's the weather in the Philippines? I still have a little bit of a cough, guys. So if I do cough every once in a while, I apologize in advance for that, but it is what it is. So um, we're in that time of season where the air quality isn't great in Bangkok or in a lot of Thailand, but it's not as bad as it has been. In fact, let me check the quality, air quality this morning. I haven't looked yet today, but it wasn't bad last night. We went out last night, went to Pat Pong. That was a fun time. Let's see. Air quality is at 80, which is moderate. That's not bad. The PM 2.5 is at 24.8, which is, as long as it's under 30, I think it's pretty good. So the air quality is not bad this morning, and yeah, it will slowly improve into March, and then we'll get into good air quality, but really hot weather. Like today is supposed to be really, really hot again today, but then after that, it's supposed to cool down a little bit. So we'll see. We'll see how cool it actually gets. Anyway, let's see what. Let's get caught up. The weather is great, not too hot yet. That's good. Wait for it. Ken says YouTube probably didn't show my first comment. I asked if you was still in Hua Hin before you started speaking. Oh yeah, it didn't show up here. No, we left Monday. I went down there. I actually I booked the room and everything. I thought my friend was bringing his golf clubs, and I thought we were going to go golf, but he didn't bring his clubs this time. So we ended up not golfing, but I went anyway and had a good time. Spent some time on the beach. Went to Father Ted's pub, Irish pub. Had some good food there and some good Guinness, and just had a overall good time in Hua Hin for a couple of days. It was nice to get away, but it's always nice to get back. Every time I leave Bangkok, I miss it. So Dave in Florida says, "Hey JJ, how's it going there?" Things are going great, Dave. How are you? How are you doing in Florida? Air quality here today is 33. That's awesome. Yeah, that's really good. What part of are you in the Manila area? Are you in BGC area? Deso Mahoney says, "Good morning from Ireland. Glad you enjoyed Hua Hin. Ireland had an amazing win over England in the Six Nations rugby today." Yeah, I saw that. We were down in Pat Pong last night, and there's at the very end there's an Irish pub right there called Shenanigans, and it's a really neat pub. So we sat out there, and they had the Six Nations game on. So I didn't get to see all of it, but I'm glad that Ireland. Well, I looked this morning and saw that they won pretty easily over England. So I was thinking they were playing Scotland, but I guess they played England. So, but yeah, that's a good win for us, right? A lot of comments not showing up here. Oh, that's interesting. Check your settings, because if you're watching on your phone, there's a setting. It'll say top messages, and if you click on the little cog wheel, that's the settings, and then hit on chat filter, you can change that from top messages to all messages, and then all the messages should show up then. But that's interesting. It might be because I'm doing a dual platform. I'm doing the horizontal or the landscape platform for my desktop, and then I'm also doing the vertical or the portrait platform for the shorts. So I'm doing my live on both long form and short form on YouTube, and so the comments only show up on whichever one that person's watching from. So if you're watching from the short form where you see me on a vertical, then if you comment on that, you're not going to see your comment on the long form. So just to give you a heads up there. What is your opinion on Hua Hin? Is it basically a good retirement community? It is basically, that's all it is a retirement community. It's a very older population. When I'm walking around there, I feel young. That, if that tells you anything. And I'm not young. So yeah, it's a lot older population, a lot of expats, a lot of Farang. But it's quiet, and you can find some good areas, bar areas. If you like adult entertainment, there's a couple. There's a walking street area, and then there's a place called Wonderland, which kind of reminds me of Tree Town in Pattaya, or maybe even like Sukhumvit Soi 7 or 7-1 here in Bangkok. It kind of reminds me of that. It's got small outdoor or open air bars that are all kind of connected to each other, and you kind of just walk around and find the bar you like and find the girls you like, and you can buy the girls drinks. Some of them you can bar fine. Most of them you just kind of sit there, and if you're buying them drinks, they sit with you. You can play Connect Four with them or whatever, So it's kind of a fun little time to get out there and enjoy yourself. But yeah, it's very quiet. They got some good live entertainment in areas there, so that's nice. They got a really good Irish pub down at the end of Wonderland, and I can't remember the name of it, but it's really nice. It's big. They serve good food, of course, good drinks. Let's see. So I like Hua Hin. The beach is nice. It's big. You can walk along that beach for a long, long time. So there's things to do. There's some good golf courses there. So I will be a handsome man there. Yes, Ken, you will be the top dog there. That's the plus side of going to Hua Hin. Hua Hin sounds perfect for an old man like me. Yeah, that's exactly right. Yeah. It's fun. I like it. It's not Pattaya by any means, but it's got that it's got its own little character. I'm gonna turn the AC down a little bit. It's a little warm. It's got its own little character, and I kind of like that own little vibe. So yeah, Hua Hin was fun. I enjoyed it. We're going back. I got another buddy that just got back from the Philippines. Actually, he was in the Philippines for a month or more, I think, and he just got back on Tuesday, and he and I are going to plan a trip back to Hua Hin to go golfing in March, like the second week in March, something like that. I want to be back here in Bangkok for St. Patrick's Day for sure. It'll be I for whatever reason, I've never been in Bangkok for St. Patrick's Day. I've always been somewhere else. This year, I want to be here. I want to check out the Irish pubs, and I'm not sure where I'll go yet, but I'll figure it out. I got a few weeks to go. So yeah, so I'm excited about that. Um, but yeah, we're going to go golfing. There's a bar at the end of Wonderland in Hua Hin. It's like a golf bar, I guess. My friend was telling me about this. And basically, what you do is you go in there the night before, the day before, and you sign up for this golf package. You can leave your clubs there, and then you just show up the next morning, and they'll pick everybody up at the bar with your clubs, take you to the golf course, drop you off, you play around the golf. They'll pick you up afterwards and bring you back to the bar. I mean, it sounds like a perfect situation. I don't have to get a grab or anything like that. So I think that's the route we'll go. We'll see how it works, but I'm excited about getting some golf in. We went to the driving range again Saturday. That's kind of my routine, Saturday morning driving range. I did not play well. I forgot to take my ibuprofen. I always take ibuprofen before I golf because I start aching. My muscles start aching, and then I don't swing well. And I forgot, and my swing was crap, and I didn't hit the ball very well. I couldn't get any distance. So I got one more weekend to practice at the driving range before I hit the actual course in Hua Hin. Okay, let's see what else is on your guys' mind. We get on chat here. We can talk about went to Pat Pong last night, which is off the Siloam MRT or the Saladang BTS. It's right around there. It's a neat neighborhood. They've got one street, and it's not real long, but it's a nice street, and it kind of winds around, and it's got vendors in the middle of the street. So it's definitely a walking street. You can't drive it. So you walk down, they got vendors, food, merchandise. I got a couple of really nice polo shirts there last night for my golf trip, my golf outing. Two shirts, and I think the total cost was 800 baht total for 2 shirts. So that was about $12 each, something like that. So not a bad price. But anyway, so they've got those, and then they got bars and clubs on either side of the street, and some of the clubs are adult. You can go in there and see the girls dancing, the go-go bars. Some of them are just regular sit down drink bars. So they've got a little bit of everything. And then if you go down that one street and then you take a right and you come back up the other street, that street's a ladyboy bar only. So you might want to avoid that street. So if you start walking down the street and you see something that says boy bar, or there's a couple others, I can't remember what they're called, but you went down the wrong street. So you need to back up and go to the next street where it actually says Pat Pong Market. So, but it's a lot of fun. It was a good time. We sat there at that Irish pub at the end of the night, had a beer, then we went home. I got home early. I think the golf bar is called Traveler's Rest. They have a bar in Pattaya as well. Oh, cool. Nice to know. Thanks, Ken. My friend knows, so he'll know what it's called or where it's at. But yeah, that's a neat concept. So I'm glad they do that because it makes it a lot easier for us that aren't aware. I've also heard that if you go there, you're assigned a caddy, a female caddy. But if you get the assigned caddies, they wear the hat. They're covered from head to toe, basically. So they don't reveal a lot. But there's an online service, and I know you can do it here in Bangkok, but I'm not sure if it's available in Hua Hin or Pattaya. But you can go online and order your own caddy, and she'll show up, and she won't have the head to toe clothing. She'll show up in her like little skirt and be all cute and everything, kind of like they dress in the LPGA. So I'm thinking I'll go that route because it'll be a little more entertaining and a little more eye candy, I guess, to go through my golf day. So we'll see how that goes. I'll let you know. I'll probably do a video if they'll let me. That'll be kind of fun. I did a video. I did some B-roll last night at Pat Pong, so I'll probably put together a video for Pat Pong. I did one for. We went to a night market this past week. I took a couple of my friends that were here from the Philippines, took them to this night market that not a lot of people know about, not a lot of foreigners know about. It's down at Bering, BTS, and it's called Tonsai Market, and it's a really nice market. They got really good food, super cheap food. They've got good beer prices. They have live music, and so I did a video from there, and that's on my members page right now, and it will go public later this week. If you want to be a member, it's only 99 cents a month. You get to see my videos before anybody else. But anyway, so that was kind of fun. That's a neat market I stumbled upon when I first moved here about a year and a half ago. So, but Pat Pong was a lot of fun last night, and that Tonsai market is really neat. If you want to go to a market that's not overly touristy, like Chatuchak or Jod Fairs, any of those kind of markets where all you see are a bunch of tourists, go to Tonsai Market off the Bering BTS, which is the Sukhumvit BTS line. It's like the farthest south stop before you leave Bangkok, before you enter Samut Prakan. Bering is I think it's the last stop in Bangkok. But anyway, you get off there and you'll see the market when you get off, and it's pretty cool. It's really a neat little area. So if you like to hang out with the locals, that's the place to go. So let's see. I can't watch men's golf, but women's golf is a different story. Exactly. I think the skirt thing has something to do with it. Yeah, they are amazing. In fact, there's a tournament going on in Pattaya this weekend, an LPGA tournament. It's the Honda tournament. They do it every year. I've been there twice. The first time I went was, I think, maybe 3 years ago, and then I went a couple of years ago too. But it was really neat. I went the year that Lydia Ko was doing really well, and she's my favorite golfer. And she paired up with who was she paired up with? Korda, who's the main Korda girl. Her and then Lindsay Thomas or something like that. Anyway, and then there was this Thai girl. So there were like 3 or 4 girls in this pairing that I followed around that were all really good golfers and really gorgeous. So it was a lot of fun to watch them. It was very warm though, walking around, but I enjoyed the day. They did a good job. Jumpcat22 says, "Hi JJ, I'm currently in Da Nang for the next few months. Do you have any recommendations on things to do, places to visit, or favorite spots here? Thanks, Victor." Well, I always stayed in the Antuang area, and that's really, you can get a place there. It's really close to the beach. Obviously, the beach is amazing. If you want to take a 30 or 40 minute car ride over to Hua Hin, that's a really nice beach, and that's a really neat city. It's smaller, but it's more, I think it's more quaint. It's got a little more character, in my opinion, especially along the river there. They got really neat structures, and restaurants and cafes and bars right along the river. So it's really cool. So spend a day or two over there. My hangout was always at Chevy Bar there in Antuang. That's always a great place to hang out, and the people there are super nice. Go up to the mountains, go to Bana Hills with got the hands on the bridge. You got that going. There's a lot of things to do there, in and out. Go down to the river, check out the shops and the cafes and restaurants along the river there. Of course, the Dragon Bridge I think it's Friday, Saturday, and maybe Sunday, maybe just Saturday and Sunday. But anyway, they do a dragon show. It's a little overrated, I think, but you should go check it out at least once just to say you did it. But you go there, they have a fire and a water show, about a 15-minute show on those nights with the dragon and the Dragon Bridge. But get close so you can feel the effects or see the effects a little better. But there's places to watch it all along the river. It's kind of neat. There's a lot of things to do in Da Nang. It's kind of the beach is awesome. I always went to the Paradise right there on the beach, and you can get really good mango smoothies or banana smoothies and good beers. I think the beers there, most of the happy hours in Da Nang are you buy two and you get one free. So you'll have a good time, Jump Cat. You'll enjoy yourself, I'm sure. Kiki and Jasmine are on. Good morning. Good morning, Kiki and Jasmine. Thanks for coming on this morning. Thanks for being a member, by the way. Appreciate that. Okay, so we talked a little bit about Hua Hin. I want to talk about the visa, the free entry visa. I got a video that's on the members channel right now. It will post tomorrow morning, I believe, public. But I did this video a while ago, but I just haven't published it yet. Anyway, it talks about a few things that are coming around as far as changes in Thailand. And they are always talking about changes. But this time it sounds like they're serious about changing that 60-day free entry to 30 days. It sounds like they're on board. They're going to do it later on this year. So if your plans are coming to Thailand on a 60-day free entry, extending 30, leaving and doing that twice and being able to stay for a total of 6 months a year, those plans may change on you. So keep up on the news when it becomes official. I think they're talking about a lot of these changes happening either in June or August. So I'm not sure if this change is official or what the official date is, but it sounds like this time around they're going to do it. The main reason is they have a lot of people coming in and working illegally here because they can stay so long. So they come in on a 60-day free entry, extend for 30. They work illegal without a work permit. They leave, come right back and do the same thing. They want to eliminate that. They also want to eliminate the lower class, so to speak, of tourists. They want a more high class or a high value tourist, which I get. I get that a lot. So I understand what they're talking about, and I don't have a problem with it. With my visa, I'm on an education visa, so that this doesn't affect me anymore. But when I was coming here before, it probably would have affected how long I stayed, because my original plan was to do the 3 months and then 3 months in Da Nang and then 3 months here and 3 months back in Da Nang and just bounce back and forth every 90 days for the year. Well, if I was still doing that with these changes coming, I would have to rethink my whole process, because I couldn't stay in Bangkok or in Thailand for 6 months each year. That you wouldn't be able to do that. So I would have to rethink that. So it'd be interesting to hear from you guys in chat if you would change your way of thinking as far as coming to Thailand when they drop that free entry from 60 to 30 days. Now, I don't know about the extensions, if they're going to do the one extension for 30 days and then you come back and you do a 30-day and then you get another 30-day extension. I don't know how that's going to work. So it'll be interesting to see what happens with that. But yeah, that's one of the things that I talk about in this video coming out tomorrow. Let's see, what's chat saying? Ken says, Gio seems to be having fun in Africa. Probably not my thing, but nice to see him having fun. Yeah, he keeps telling me, yeah, you got to come to Kenya. You got to come to Kenya. I'm not a big safari kind of guy. I don't get into that. I get that he's doing much more than just the safaris. I don't know. We'll see. I think it's a little higher cost. Obviously, the price of the ticket is a lot higher than just traveling like to Vietnam or the Philippines from here. Going to Kenya is a little more. And I think it was, what did he say? 5.5 hours maybe, or 7-hour flight, something like that. It's a pretty significant flight. And, I got tired just doing the 3.5 hour from the Philippines to here. That's about the limit. I don't want to really fly any longer than 3 or 4 hours. After anything beyond that seems a little too much for me. Let's see. Enjoy your life and get a snow bunny. A snow bunny. I don't know if there's any snow bunnies around here or not. I might have to import a snow bunny. Let me see. Porton Marnock Golf Club in Dublin was the last club in Europe to allow women as members. Wow, strictly a man zone until 2021. Wow, 2021. Probably because COVID and they couldn't get anybody to join, so they had to open it up to women, I guess. It's a very exclusive and expensive club in Ireland. It's a links course with stunning views. I've golfed a links course in where was that? Is that in Tulsa or in Texas? Maybe it was a links course. No, it was in Evansville, Indiana. A buddy of mine and I used to go golf all the time, and we went to this one links course. Those are fun courses. I enjoy the links. If you hit it straight, it'll roll a long way. My problem is I don't always hit it straight. What's your favorite band of all time? The Beatles. The Beatles, bar none, my favorite band. If I was to do a top 5 or top 10, it would be the Beatles, the Eagles, Moody Blues, ELO. Let's see, Pink Floyd, Steely Dan. Let's see. I don't know who else. There's so many. It's hard to just. Those would be my top 6 for sure, or in my top 6. Fleetwood Mac probably up there. Who else? I'm probably forgetting some major group. Boston would be there. These are all. I'm going back to my high school and college years, hitting all those. But if we went a little more modern, probably REM would be there. Depeche Mode. If we're talking 80s and 90s. Who else? I'd have to think of a while. Maybe the Smiths. Yeah, I mean, there's so many really good bands, but those are just off the top of my head. Led Zeppelin would be there, obviously. That would be the top 5. I Don't Want a Snow Bunny. Led Zeppelin, yeah, absolutely. Snow Bunny cost me a lot of money and sanity. Yeah, probably. I don't know. What's Chat's favorite band of all time? What's your guys' favorite? Be interesting to hear. But yeah, those would probably be right there. I mean, I was in radio for 35 years, something like that. So I went through a lot of bands. I got into radio right at the end of 79, right when I started college. And I was in it until like 2011, maybe. But most of the time I was on the air, program director, operations manager. And then like the last 3 or 4 years of my career, I was just doing on-air afternoons at a country station in Kokomo, Indiana. But it was fun. I enjoyed it. I wasn't making a lot of money back then because I gotten away from the management side of things. I was selling insurance and investments with a company, and then working just doing afternoons on this radio station part-time. But it's always fun. The fun part about radio was doing the live stuff, going live and doing live remotes, introducing bands. I introduced a lot of big bands, big artists. It was a lot of fun back in the day. AC/DC, yeah, that's another one that would be in my top 10. Absolutely. It's a long way to the top if you want to rock and roll, that's for sure. I like the Bon Scott era better than the Brian Johnson era, but they're both good. They're both really good. Good picks. Minus Fall Out Boys. Okay, yeah, they're good. The Stones. Yeah, the Stones would be there. I was never really a big Stones fan. I like some of their stuff. Because some of their albums are really good. Exile on Main Street. What is it? Goat's Head Soup. Sticky Fingers. Um, some girls, those albums are really good. I just think I think they got a little lazy and just went with quantity rather than quality on some of their albums. Let's just you keep pumping out albums. We'll be the band that's still together after 100 years. But yeah, some of their stuff from the 70s and into the 80s are really, really good. They say the average tourist stays no longer than 3 weeks, so the reduction to 30 days won't make a big difference. Yeah, I get that. That's average, though. I mean, what about the ones that want to stay longer than 30 days or longer than 60 days that come here specifically to do maybe a motorbike trek from the farthest north part of Thailand to the farthest south part of Thailand? What about those guys that need more than 60 days? And it's hard for them to, if you're in the middle of a trip, it's hard for them to find a place to get that extension while you're in the middle of your trip. But I don't know. It's not up to me, obviously, and it doesn't affect me now because I'm on a different visa. So, but we'll see how it affects the average person. I think, like I said before, I think that they want to make sure that the people that are coming in are quality people. They don't want those dirty, and I'm not saying they're all like this, dirty backpackers that come in, and the next thing you know, they got a cardboard sign on the street corner saying, "I need money for travel." They don't want those people, and I see all the time, I see more and more these short videos or these videos on YouTube or TikTok or wherever of people getting denied entry into Thailand because they didn't have enough cash on hand. Well, that's why they're cracking down on that, because they want people that will give to the community, give to Thailand when they're here, not just live off of the Thai people. So I get what their logic is. We'll see if it works. I don't know. Bob Dylan for me and Neil Young. I love the Rolling Stones too. Yeah, I was thinking just strictly bands, not artists. But Bob Dylan, obviously. Neil Young, I like Neil Young stuff. I like Crosby, Stills, Nash, and sometimes Young. Yeah, those are good bands. Oh, who else? Just popped in my head just a second ago. Gosh, I can't think of it now. Anyway, Good Harmony. In your opinion, does being direct with women work? I think so. I mean, depends on what you say. I mean, you don't want to be so direct that you're going to get a slap in the face or she's going to walk away from you. But yeah, being direct on what you want, I think women want that here in Southeast Asia. They don't want somebody to lie to them. They don't want somebody to beat around the bush. They want somebody that's direct and will take charge, especially here in Thailand. I think that's one of the major things. And you guys that are more familiar with dating here than I am, you can chime in, let me know what you think. But I think women in Thailand want a man that's direct, that knows what he wants, and but respectful at the same time. So, but that's my experience. I think they want that. Now, Bad Bunny. Oh, okay. Bad Bunny. That's bad. Bad is right. They will lose tourists to Malaysia. Yeah, could be. But I think they're looking more at quality rather than quantity. So if they lose a few, however many, million tourists over a year's time, but their revenue from the tourists that come here go up, I think they'll be happy with that. Do you think many Thai women would be open to moving to the U.S.? How about Filipinas? It used to be, everybody used to think that that's why Filipino women date foreigners or date guys from the U.S. because it's their ticket to get there. I don't think it's that way as much anymore. I think probably a minority of Filipino women, probably even less Thai women, are interested in getting married and moving to the U.S. or moving to the West. I think they're happy being where they are. I think they like to be close to their family. I think family is really important in this culture, both in Thailand and the Philippines, probably all over Southeast Asia. So I don't think that's a big thing, but I'm just going by a very small sample size of my experience. But it just seems to me that um, they're not really interested in making that move anymore, like maybe it was, 10, 20 years ago. Where are you now? In the Philippines or Thailand? I'm in Thailand. I'm in Bangkok, Thailand. This is my condo here. You can kind of see it in the background. Um, I'm in the Prom Pong district off of Sukhumvit Road. I moved here from Samut Prakan back in November of last year. I was in Samut Prakan for a year. So I've been here November, December, January. I've been here 4 months. And I signed a 2-year lease here, so I can get a discount on the monthly. So I'm here for the duration, guys. So, but I love it here. I love Prom Pong. It's really a nice area, really convenient. Exactly. I'm not looking to be a woman's friend, right? Yeah, exactly, Sammy. Yeah, I understand. I've got women friends, and it's fine. That's not a big deal. Like every once in a while we'll get together for a coffee or whatever. I did meet a really nice lady. She's Thai, but she grew up in New Zealand, and I met her. She's a personal trainer, and I was walking home one day and kind of almost actually literally ran into each other. She was coming out from one of the condo drives, and I wasn't paying attention and she wasn't paying attention. So we just about ran into each other, but we started up a conversation and she was super nice. And then we got coffee the next day over here at Sarah J's, and just kind of bend her ear a little bit and picked her brain about, what brought her back here from New Zealand. Loved her accent. I love the New Zealanders' accents. They're so cool. And she's just super sweet person. And so I want to try to see if she'll do an interview with me on my channel. She can promote her personal training. She just moved here like a few months ago. And so she just started up her personal training. She works for a company, but she kind of does her own marketing. So I think this will be good for her. So if you guys are in Thailand and you need a personal trainer, I can, once I do that interview with her, then we can do referrals and stuff like that and get you guys in shape, get me in shape. But anyway, but yeah, so, having female friends, Thai friends, Filipino friends, that's fine. I don't really, if I had a steady girlfriend, I wouldn't probably go that route. I would just be respectful and just keep my friend circle to males or males with their girlfriends. That's just a respectful thing. But I'm doing most of this stuff when I talk to Thai women or Philippine women for that matter. It's basically just for my channel. It has nothing to do with anything else. So let's see. Let's get caught up here. Exactly. I'm not looking for women's friend. Yeah. Okay. 9 years, and I've known 2 Thai women and 1 lady boy who have moved abroad. Yeah, exactly, Marty. That's kind of what I thought too. In fact, my first girlfriend, second full-time girlfriend in the Philippines, we went through the whole K1 process to the very end. And at the very end, she told me she didn't want to move to the US. So that was kind of a, thanks for telling me now after I spent thousands of dollars. But anyway, lesson learned. But now that was back when I was younger and stupid. And now I have no intent or intention of even thinking about bringing a girlfriend or a girl back to the US. There's no way I'm going to do that. I don't even want to go back. Europe is screwed. I cannot imagine what Europe will look like in 5 years. Asia is the future, in my opinion. Yeah, I agree. I agree with you. Hopefully, there'll be an awakening in the West and things will straighten itself out. Hopefully, that pendulum will start swinging back the other direction, but we'll see. We'll see. But right now, you're right. I think Asia is the best place to be. Maybe Kenya. I don't know. I didn't realize there were so many very low budget, broke, or vagabond style travelers in Thailand. Is that common across Southeast Asia or mainly Thailand? Oh, try going to Cambodia or the Philippines. If you want to see low budget, broke, or vagabond style travelers, go to those countries. There, it's even worse there, because they'll let anybody in there, those countries. But yeah, it's not good. Not, not so you gotta stay in the high area, the high value areas to avoid those people. If you're in the provinces, you're in the low value areas where everything's super cheap, you're going to run into more of those people. Go Well Go Shell says, "Hey Bull, love the last video on dating Filipina." Oh, thanks, appreciate it, man. If you meet a girl who wants to move abroad, huge red flag. Yeah, I think you're probably right. Especially if she's a lot younger than you, you're just opening up the floodgates for problems. I'll tell you what I mean by that. So if you're 60, say 60, 65 or whatever, and you go to the Philippines and you meet a young, cute 20-some-year-old Filipina, and you're going to take care of her, blah, blah, blah. Everything's going well. And then you start talking about taking her back to the US. So you do the K-1 visa, you go there, you get married. In that 90-day period, things are going swimmingly well, at least to start. And then things start going south because now you've introduced her to Western culture, and you've introduced her to, oh, well, I'm 25 years old. Look at all these other 25-year-olds. Who are they dating? They're not dating 65-year-old guys or 60-year-old guys. They're dating 35-year-old guys. They're dating these Chads, and maybe I could get that. So that's the floodgate. That's the Pandora's box you might open if you take your girl back to the U.S. or back to wherever you're from in the West. Not saying that it happens all the time, but I'm saying that it probably happens more than it doesn't. So just a word of advice, guys. Damon B. Cool says, rough estimate in 2025, the U.S. Embassy in Manila likely processed about 3,500 to 6,000 K-1 visas, fiance visas, making it one of the busiest K-1 visa posts in the world. And I would say probably let me qualify the statement. I have a friend, subscriber on my channel that went through that, but their age gap is small. So if the age gap is small, like 10 years or less, maybe even 15 or less, that's not an issue. It's the large age gap relationships that I'm talking about. And of those 3,500 to 6,000 K-1 visas, I would say probably most of them, maybe up to 5,000 of them, are probably large age gaps, and that would make those guys targets to being simps or targets to being a target. But not saying that everybody's like that, but just beware, guys. Buyer beware. Get your prenups. That's important. I watched a YouTube video about Lisbon yesterday. Absolutely shocking what it has become, full of North Africans hanging around street corners. Yeah, that's sad. It's really sad what the governments in these European countries have done, especially in Western Europe. It's really, really bad. Filipinos will string you along until a better option shows up. Yeah, absolutely. It's you're their option until the next best thing. But again, I'm not saying they're all like that. But I would say the majority are like that, especially in the large age gaps. But I got a couple of friends that one's married to a young Filipina, and they're happily married, and there's no issues. I got another friend that's dating a young Filipina, and they seem to be super happy together. They travel together. So that's the exception, I think, to the rule. But you still see a lot of you see a lot of these guys, these Western guys, the US, Canada, UK, wherever, and they're dating these younger girls here. But is it love or is it transaction? Because they're like, okay, I'm taking you all these trips, I'm buying you all these things, things that they would never be able to do if they weren't dating this guy. But are they spoiling them? Are they ruining it for other guys coming over to want to date over here in Southeast Asia? Because now they've set the bar so high that now you almost have to go there, and it's like, God, I got to buy her a Louis Vuitton purse, or I got to buy her a Coach purse, or I got to take her to the islands or whatever, because that's what her boyfriends are doing. So it's kind of, I mean, are we westernizing these women over here by giving them too much? That's a good question, I think. I don't know. You guys might be able to answer that. Why is Epstein files produced? No arrests. Well, they got one. They arrested Prince Andrew, right? He'll be the guinea pig, the goat, the one that the one that they say, okay, we'll close the files because we arrested this guy, and nobody else will get off. Everybody will get off. It'll be then everybody will try to forget about it, which is sad. Like you said, Chad will discard them eventually. Yeah, absolutely. Yep. Yeah, because the Chads come over there to get their notches on their belt. Western guys are too naive to live abroad. Yeah. I think I was when I first started coming over here. I was pretty naive. I think we all are, even if you don't want to admit it. And I get these comments all the time where it's like, I've never been scammed in my life, and I've never had a problem with this. It's the guys that say that are the ones that probably get scammed more than anyone. Everybody gets scammed or gets a lesson learned at some point in their life, usually early on when they come over here to Southeast Asia. If you don't, you're not learning any lessons. So, yeah, everybody does, including me. And I try to pass my experience on to you guys so you don't make the same mistakes I did when I first came over here. So let's see. Did you see my comment about TikTok and B-bots? No, I didn't. Let's see. Hang on a second. Let me check. Yeah, I'm getting all the comments. I think. Let me see. Hang on a second. Yeah, I'm getting all the comments from both platforms, from the long form and from the shorts. So I didn't see that one. Let's see, Dave. Let me look here. Hang on a second. I'll look back. Was it before we talked about the stones, when you posted the stones? Was it before that or after? Let's see. Must have been after. Let me look here. I may have just missed it. Sometimes I make mistakes. Not very often. Let's see. Did you see my last comment? I think they're not going through. Why is Epstein files produce no arrests? Like you said, Chad will discard them. I'm going past them. Okay. Western guys are too naive. Did you see my comment about TikTok and B-bots? Passport bros are black only. I don't know about that. I think passport bros are anybody who goes for a specific reason. Some Korean simp is sending his so-called Thai girlfriend 50,000 baht per month. Super simp. Koreans will do that, man. They'll pay top dollar. And I know I got friends that go to Angeles City, Walking Street there, or Red Street, or whatever they call it now. And they say the Koreans have ruined it there because they pay top dollar. And now the girls there, they don't even want to talk to the Western guys, the white guys. They only want to deal with the Koreans because they know they'll get good money. I did not see that. Send it again, Dave. Latest trend of Filipinas putting on heavy makeup to become hotties. They are called B-bots, new TikTok trend. Oh, okay. Interesting. I don't watch TikTok at all, so but yeah, I believe it. I don't think it is the girls or the women issue. They clearly have their priorities straight. The guys, unfortunately, do not have their priorities straight. Are you retiring or creating another type of family? Right, exactly. That's another thing. You see all these old guys and they date these young girls, and then the next thing you know, they got a kid. It's like you're 70 years old, dude. You just have a kid. You won't even see them graduate high school. It's like, what kind of life is this kid going to have? He's going to be raised by a single mom because you're going to die. I don't know. It's just my thought. Phil Fest in Tampa is where you can meet Filipinos on U.S. soil. Oh, okay. Oh, cool. Phil Fest. Is that like a rock concert? In my personal experience, I've been scammed by women in the U.S. You always need to evaluate a person's intentions and don't think it's limited to Southeast Asia. Exactly. Yeah, exactly. But I will say, I haven't dated in the U.S. for 10 years, not quite 10 years, 7 years maybe. So I don't know what it's like there now. I've heard horror stories about how bad it is in the U.S., how bad dating is. It was bad when I was there. I hated it. After I got my divorce, it was horrible. But I mean, I have these women, all kinds of crazy ass women. I had a woman there. I think I've told this story before. So stop me if you've heard this. But I was living in Evansville, and we used to go to this on Wednesdays. There was this bar. I can't think of the name of it, bar/restaurant, and they'd have Wednesday happy hour where you can get a bucket of beer for cheap, right? So my buddies and I would always go there after work and have that beer, right? Well, I got on this dating site after my divorce. That was a while after my divorce. And it was called Plenty of Fish. I'm sure you guys have heard of it. Met this girl online. She seemed nice. We started chatting. We exchanged numbers. So we started messaging each other, and I was at work at the time, and I said, "Hey, you want to get together for a drink?" She goes, "Yeah, sure, that'd be great." I go, "Cool." And it was Wednesday, right? So I said, "Hey, I always go down to this bar on Wednesdays because they have good drink specials. You want to join me? You want to meet me there on Wednesday, or you want to meet me there today after work?" And her next comment was serious as God. Her next comment was, "Oh, so you get to choose the place we go." And I'm thinking, okay. So I messaged her back. I go, no problem. Where would you like to meet? Her next text message was, and I swear to God, this is true, 100%. She said, "Oh, so I have to choose where we go?" Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? Is at that point I knew that dating in the US was pointless. It was like, this is not going to happen. What a nut job. Psycho, bipolar. Anyway, love the video of you at Maggie Mae's, the shenanigans that goes on in those places. Yeah, that was fun. That was a good time. I wish I could have video inside the bars, but unfortunately they don't allow that. But yeah, that was a lot of fun. Maybe it's time to just give up on the opposite sex near and far. I'm thinking those robots that they build in China and Japan might be the next thing to do. I got to save up my money for that. It's even worse now. I can imagine dating's probably horrible there in the U.S. Koreans have bought the bars too in Angeles City. Yeah, horrible looking city. Yeah, I hated it. I was there once for like 3 days and didn't like it at all. Thought it was a dirty city. I'm from Indiana originally, and they do have crazy bees in Indiana. Yeah, they do. I dated a girl from Paducah, Kentucky. She was Mexican. She was illegal, but she was working on getting her residency. So she was working on doing it right. But I'd have to. She didn't drive. Well, I think she drove just in Paducah, but she didn't have a license. So I'd have to drive from Evansville to Paducah, which is about 2.5 hours. Pick her up, drive her back to Evansville. She'd spend the weekend. Then I'd take her home Sunday night because she worked during the week. She worked at a factory, like a glass factory or something. And then there would be some weekends, like once a month or whatever, she would have to go to immigration in Nashville, Tennessee. So I'd drive her to Nashville, take her to immigration so she could work on getting her citizenship, and then drive her back. I liked her. She was a lot of fun, but she was crazy. She was nuts. When she started drinking, she would go crazy on me. There was one time she was at my place and I was at work, and I came home. She had rummaged through some old boxes of mine I had in storage and found an old phone. I mean, this was a really old phone. We're talking, this was 2015, probably. She found this old BlackBerry phone of mine, got it charged, looked through, found some old pictures of my ex wife and me. And when I got home, she accused me of cheating on her because she found this 6-year-old phone or whatever of old pictures. It's like, oh my God, you're crazy. So, but she was a lot of fun, but definitely crazy. Let's see. I got scammed at a lap dance club in Krakow about 20 years ago. Luckily, it was only about $200. I have heard stories of guys getting done for thousands for drinks. Yeah. You got to be careful when you're when the drinks are starting to flow and you're buying girls drinks. They'll start charging you extra. And before you know it, when you get your final bill, there's, 2,000, 3,000, 4,000 baht more on your bill than you thought it was, but there's no way to verify. So I always try to pay as I go. That way you don't have to worry about it. There's a lot of, there's a lot of scams out. Like when we were at Pat Pong last night, it's like every other guy we run into, he's got a ping pong card. He's like, ping pong, ping pong. And if you don't know what the ping pong shows are, probably look it up. But yeah, they're all over Pat Pong. But some of them are legit. Some of them you can get scammed on pretty easily. So you got to be careful. I just avoid all that kind of things. Yes, it's very bad dating in the U.S. I had a wonderful time last month in the Philippines in Leyte and Makati with a new LDR. Large age gap, but she is fine with it. Nice, cool. That's good. My girlfriend, the one that ended up not going to the U.S. with me, which was probably a blessing in disguise, she was from Leyte. She's from southern Leyte in Mahaplog, little tiny village. I was already drunk by the time I got to the club. Learned my lesson that night. Yeah, absolutely. Buck Cherry had the best song for our ex's crazy bitch. Excuse me, guys. Western girls are delusional. Careful, boys. Run, run, run. Yeah, absolutely. Hang on a second. I got to blow my nose. Hang on. Okay, sorry about that. Let's see, where are we at here? Where am I at? You guys see me? Must have a lag or something. Or I'm invisible. Oh, here we go. Get over here. My camera went on tracking and lost me. Hold on a second. That little robot guy. He has a mind of its own. Okay, I turned 55 in January. Absolutely no dating for me. Nothing is going to interfere with my retirement overseas. So I just work, keep to myself, and prepare for retirement. Absolutely. Yeah. I mean, I got friends over here that they don't want a girlfriend. They want they want the girlfriend experience on a day-to-day basis. So they go to the bars and bar find the girls, which, you know, more power to them if that's what they want to do. That's what they can do that. I mean, that's what they're there for, I guess. So, yeah, we'll see. I don't know which would be more expensive though, having a regular girlfriend or doing the bar girl thing every other night or whatever. Um, the coconut says, I dated a Filipina here in the U.S. and she needed a green card. And after I would not marry her in 1 year, she quickly found a dude at the church I introduced her to. Great times. Yeah. Yep. That's what they're looking for most of the time. No. All good now. Oh, good. Okay. Great. Awesome. Okay. All right. We're caught up with chat. We were having a good discussion. The other thing they're talking about doing with the visas is changing the education visa. So they're talking about doing making the education visa, making it you eligible to work while you're doing the education, which is something new. They didn't used to do that. Now, I haven't read any specifics on when that might come into effect, and what the details are. What type of education would qualify for you being able to work, whether it has to be at a university or if you can go to one of these Thai language schools or whatever, take those classes and be able to work part-time while you are taking the classes. I haven't heard any details on that, but I think the upside with that, guys, so here's the thing. If you got a Filipina girlfriend, it's really hard for them to find work here in Thailand. They just don't give Filipinas work visas for the service industry. So like maids, nannies, housekeepers, working in restaurants or bars, things like that. They hire a lot of women from Myanmar and a lot from Laos. They used to hire a lot from Cambodia, not as much anymore because of the conflict, but not from the Philippines, which I thought was really odd. Now, I don't know if it's a Thai thing or if it's a Philippine thing, but you would think that hiring Filipinas in these tourist areas, like here in Bangkok, for instance, would be a good thing because they speak English. So you can talk with the customers really easy. These Myanmar girls speak really good English. So I don't understand that. But if they're able to work in the service industry while they're getting their education, whether it's Thai language or whatever, cooking or whatever, that would be a good thing. So if you got a girlfriend that you want to bring over here, a Filipina girlfriend you want to bring over here, maybe if it works out the way I'm hoping, you can bring her over here, get her that education visa, and then she can start working if you want her to work. I mean, if you don't want her to work, then that's fine too. But the neat thing is if she starts working, then hopefully she can get a work visa and continue to work and stay after her education visa is done. That would be my thought process and all that. But we'll see what happens. They've been talking about it a little bit this year, but nothing's come to fruition yet. They always talk first for a while and then they make those changes. So just like the 60 to 30 day visa-free entry, that sounds like it's going to be a done deal later this year. So we'll see how that goes. All right. So one of the things I wanted to talk about is I'm going to do a video on this, but I want to do a poll or a questionnaire with expats who have dated both Thai and Filipina. And I want to kind of do what's the difference between dating a Thai girl and dating a Filipina girl. So that's a video that I've got in the works. I just haven't done all the Haven't done all the research yet. I'll do some self research. But I think on the surface, and I talked to my friend who just got back from the Philippines this past week. He says it's so much easier to date in the Philippines, and it is. It's not as easy as it used to be. Like when I moved there 4 years ago, what was it, 2022? Yeah, almost exactly four years ago. It was super easy to date there, really easy. They were just waiting for you. It's kind of like that now, but not quite to that extent. But it's still easier to date there than it is here in Thailand. Thai girls are slower at moving forward in a relationship. So Philippine girls, here's my perspective on it. Filipinos, they will date you with the hopes that you'll become their boyfriend. So they will move fast in a relationship. They'll move very quickly in a relationship with hopes that you'll stay with them. Thai girls move slowly in a relationship to make sure that you're serious about them and make sure that you're actually living here and not just a holiday boyfriend. So that's the major difference between the two, other than the obvious language barrier might be an issue. But to be honest with you, most of the girls I've met here, they speak pretty good English. There's only been a couple that I've met on occasion where their English is close to zero, but for the most part, they speak well enough English so you can understand them. So that's not, to me, that's not really an issue. Now, if you get up in Isan or out in the provinces here in Thailand, that might be an issue. Probably harder to understand what they're saying. Probably their English isn't as good. But that's the number one thing is the how quick they are ready to jump into a relationship. Filipinas are quick to jump into a relationship. Thai girls are slower at it. I think overall, Thai girls are more beautiful than Filipina. I'm not saying that every Thai girl is more beautiful than every Filipina girl. There's beautiful Filipina and there's beautiful Thai women, but I think on a whole, the Thai beauty is on a higher level than Philippine beauty. But I've dated some beautiful Filipina women in my life, so I'm not saying that I'm not saying they don't exist. I'm just saying that it's you can walk in Bangkok here and every 5 steps, you're going to see a beautiful Thai girl. Roll the tape. Okay. Never dated a Thai. Okay. I've dated Laos girls or Lao girls. I dated a Lao girl maybe 4 years ago. She was cuter than ever. I mean, she was just adorable. She was a lot of fun too. I've dated Vietnamese. I've dated Thai. I've dated Filipina. I've never dated anybody from Myanmar, although the Myanmar girls at the restaurants and the bars that my buddies and I go to are beautiful and they're super sweet. So if I was in a situation where I could date one of them, I would do it in a heartbeat. I would definitely do it. Thai girls tend to hold their shape as they age as well, whereas Filipinas tend to put on a lot of weight due to all the sugar in their diet. Yeah, I think I agree with that. I think you'll see there's more of the fast food type of restaurants in the Philippines than there are here, although Thailand seems to be catching up in that respect. I see a lot more McDonald's and Burger Kings and KFCs and Taco Bells than I used to even, 3 or 4 years ago when I first started coming here. That's something you don't see a lot in Vietnam, and you don't see a lot of fat Vietnamese women. At least I don't. Same with Japan. You don't see a lot of overweight Japanese women in Japan. But you're seeing a lot of that in the Philippines, and you're starting to see that a little bit in Thailand too. I'm not saying it's a issue right now, but as Bender would say in the Breakfast Club, no, you're not fat, but I can see you're pushing maximum density. They're getting to that point. So low hanging fruit are easy to date in any country. Got to put the work in if you want to date a woman with feminine qualities. Well said. Yeah, I agree with that 100%. Did you get to practice your Thai language much in Hua Hin? A little bit. I intersperse it, when I feel comfortable, when I feel like I know what I want. So when you see the video that I'm posting later this week of the night market, the Tonside night market, you'll hear me speaking Thai to them a couple of times. So yeah, I try to every once in a while I try to do that. You have to be confident, and I'm still working on that confidence. So, hey, XP Jazz, good morning. Hey, JJ, more cushion for the pushing. Yeah, exactly. I'm not into big girls. I like girls with big, stronger legs, but not flab. I don't like the flab. They have to be toned. Did you happen to meet Alaskan in Thailand in Hua Hin? I did not. I didn't see any YouTubers there. So I don't know who he is. I don't think I've heard of him. So Jesus loves you. Yeah, absolutely. All right, guys, we're caught up with chat. What else is on your mind? We've been talking. We're talking about dating between Thai girls and Philippine girls. What's the difference? Where are we at on time? We're just over an hour and 13 minutes in. Okay, so we got a ways. We'll go up to 2 hours as long as we have a lively chat. Don't fear making mistakes. Well, everybody does. I mean, nobody's perfect. So, like I said earlier, might have been before you got on. I talk about my mistakes on here so you guys don't make the same ones. I'm the guinea pig. So, all right. What else is happening, guys? What else is on your mind? Anything you want to cover? What about dating city girls versus province girls? Okay. We could talk a little bit about that. I would say if we're talking Philippines, city girls are probably a little more westernized than maybe girls from Thailand or Vietnam. So they understand. I mean, obviously, the Western influence is huge in the Philippines. It's been that way for decades. But I think that's probably more so in girls that live in the city or work in the city. They see it firsthand. And I think it affects dating. I think they expect more. They are probably a little more transactional than the province girls, whereas the province girls probably are, they're looking for somebody to take care of them because they're poor and they're broke. They may be single moms. So they need somebody that can take care of them, but they're not picky. City girls might be a little more picky because they see what's out there and they can be a little more, they can be a little more, they can take their time, or they can look for the better guy. They can look for those Chads because the Chads will show up in the city because they're the ones with the money. The poor brokey expats are in the provinces that's wearing the clothes that look like they got it off a Goodwill rack. And it's like my friend last night, he pointed to this guy walking in front of us, this Farang, this old expat guy. He's got this old tank top and it's all stretched out. He's got these old pants on, jeans, I think, that look all wore out. And my friend goes, "Did he actually pack those when he came here? Are those the clothes he packed in his luggage?" It's like, what the hell would you pack clothes like that for? Those are the clothes you leave behind. You throw in the trash when you're moving over here or you're coming over here. You don't pack those to bring over here. So, but that's the example that you see a lot in the provinces in the Philippines, where you see these old guys, and that's the best they can do. And so they date these young girls from the province because the girls in the province think, well, this is the best I can do. He's going to take care of me on his, he gets $1,000 a month, which is 5 times more than I'd ever dream of making if I had a job. So to them, they're rich in their mind, and so they're willing to overlook anything that's bad, as far as the guy's looks, his health, whatever, because now she's got somebody that's going to give her a little money, going to support her, maybe support her family or kid or whatever. So I think that's the difference between city girls and province girls. Now, you can find good in both. I've dated both, and I found good in both, but you can also find bad in both too. And if you bring a province girl to the city, you risk that, just like taking her to the U.S. or taking her to your home country, you risk that possibility of westernizing her to a point where now she's thinking she can do better than you. You have to make sure that this girl is the right girl, in other words, because one, you can't just isolate her and just keep her isolated away from the real world. That's not a good thing. But you got to make sure that she's honest with you and she's sincere with you and she's really the one that she wants you and you want her. Because if you take her out of her environment, eventually she's going to see what's going on around her world. And if she's not upfront and honest with you and sincere with you, she's going to leave. She's going to dump you, so there's that fine line, I guess, that tightrope you got to walk on. I may be ruling out Thailand for now. Okay. Why is that? Because of the weather or the dating? Why would that be? The cost of living maybe a little higher? Just interested in knowing. I like Thailand. I love Bangkok. But I will tell you, the weather, the pollution has affected me. So all of the above. These are the same guys that think they can attract affluent women. Exactly. Yeah. And they can't, obviously. I mean, I'm not rich by any means, but I know my limits. And if I see a woman, say I'm on a dating site, or I meet somebody on the street or something, I know what their value is, their self-value. And if it's way above mine, I'm not even going to go there, because I can't offer her the life that she's already used to having. I can't offer her that. And I'm not looking for a sugar mama. So I'm not looking for a woman to take care of me. So I'm going to look at somebody that's equal to me as far as value, maybe a little below me, not a lot below me. I don't want somebody that I'm just taking off the street. I don't want that. I want somebody that's close to, my socioeconomic value. So yeah, maybe that narrows my options quite a bit. I don't know. But that's just me. It's like my thing is, that somebody that's close to my economic value, my socioeconomic value, someone that's smart, whether it's street smart or book smart, as long as they have brain synapses that actually work, and somebody that gets it, that understands what I like and what we like, and have something in common. And that's why I don't date young girls in their 20s, because we have zero in common. I mean, even in their 30s, at least I can relate to the the music or the movies that we each like. I can't relate to a 20-some-year-old that loves watching TikTok all day long or listening to Billie Eilish or whatever. I'm not into that, and I could never be into that. So that's just me. But that's the biggest thing for me. It's like I gotta date somebody that's closer to my age, not necessarily the same age as me. It doesn't have to be that. There can be an age gap, but there's got to be some sort of commonality that that we can both hang on to and enjoy each other's company because of that. But there's my rant. All the above. Pollution is a big factor. War is another. Yeah, the conflict between Cambodia and Thailand is pretty non-existent here in Bangkok. Nobody ever talks about it. There's never been an issue. I don't think it's going to be an issue, so I wouldn't worry about it. Don't listen to what some people might say on YouTube or whatever. Now, if you live in that area along the border, that might be an issue, but I would never live in that area. So visa issues, yeah. If you're just planning on bouncing around, Thailand might not be a good option for you anymore if they're going to lower that to 30-day visa free. But if you're looking at full-time, retirement or whatever, Thailand's a good option, I think. I like Thailand, but I prefer the islands. Yeah, there's good islands here too. So, and they're easier to get to than the islands in the Philippines. I will tell you that. Blackpink. Okay, maybe Blackpink. But that's it. If you don't have any plants, you should get a snake plant, Chinese evergreen, golden pothos, or a weeping fig, or a peaceful lily. But I'm going to have my whole condo full of plants if I get all this stuff. All of these help clean the air in your apartment. Oh, cool. Okay, I'll look into that. I've been thinking about getting a plant. Just haven't gotten around to it yet. My problem is if I leave for a few weeks, I'll come back and it'll be dead. So I need to get a plant that can go without water for an extended period of time so I don't kill it. I don't want to be like Charlie Brown, kill the tree. I killed it. Good grief. All right. Also, I heard Thai girls have high IQs. I prefer low IQ dating. Well, I'm just the opposite. I don't like low IQ dating because then it's like I got nothing to talk about. It's like I got to dumb down every conversation, and I don't like that. I'm not the smartest dude in the place, but I like to have decent conversations. You don't have to get all of them. These are easy to take care of. Okay, cool. Yeah, I'll look into those. Yeah, definitely. There's a lady that sells plants down the street here. Every once in a while, I'll see she'll pull up in her little vehicle or whatever, little bike, and she got all kinds of plants. And I'm walking to class, and it's like, when I come back, I'm going to buy a plant, but she's always gone when I come back. So it's just random when she's here or not. But I don't know what the plants are. I don't know I don't know anything about plants. I don't know how to identify what plant is what. So may have to get pictures of those Chinese evergreen or those golden pothos or whatever, weeping figs. I'll get pictures of those and walk around and try to find those. Definitely Philippines has beautiful islands, but it takes effort to get to them. Yeah, it's just too much of a pain in the ass for me, I think. My personal opinion. But you never know. I want to go some of these islands here. I'll go to Phuket and I'll go to Koh Samui, some of the bigger named islands, but there's some that I've heard that are really, really nice that not a lot of tourists go to. There's one that's only a couple hours from Bangkok. That's supposed to be really, really nice. I saw a video today on it this morning. It's supposed to be really nice and easy to get to from Bangkok. So we'll see. I'll look into that. I can't think of the name of it right now. But yeah, it'll be fun to head to some of those islands. My schedule on my school changed. I'm kind of upset about it. It used to be when I was on level 1, it was Tuesday through Friday, so 4 days a week. And that was perfect for me because I get off Friday afternoon. If I wanted to do a weekend somewhere, I can leave Friday and I wouldn't have to be back until late Monday or early Tuesday. Now they've changed. Now it's Wednesday through Saturday. So now Saturdays are really rough for me because I got my golf on Saturdays until noon. Then if I needed to go to class, I needed to leave right away. I wouldn't even have time for lunch. I'd have to go right away to get to my class on time from the golf range, from the driving range. So it kind of upset me that they changed it, but we'll see. Maybe, I don't know. We'll see if I can make it through those classes or not. Intellectual stimulation is a must for me. Yeah, me too. I mean, it doesn't have to be, we don't have to be talking about quantum physics or anything like that, but at least something that we can both have a decent back and forth conversation about and enjoy our conversation. Not just one guy talking and the other person with their head cocked like a dog, like they don't understand what you're saying. IKEA has some quality artificial plants and an air purifier. There you go, Marty. I got the air purifier. Well, actually, I got a fake plant over here already. So, yeah, living the dream there, Marty. What does your condo cost a month? I pay 25,000 baht a month. So they wanted 30, and I told my realtor, I said, tell them I'll sign because there was like a bunch of people, over 100 people that were looking at this particular condo, because everybody liked the way it was decorated, the furnishings and everything, the shades, the blinds and everything. They loved it. So everybody wanted it. And I told my realtor, I said, tell him I'll do a 2-year contract if he drops it down to 25. And he came back and he said, yes. So I took it. And then after I signed the lease, my realtor said, there were almost 300 people that wanted that particular condo. It's like, holy crap, I got lucky. But I like it. It checks all of my boxes. So 25,000 baht a month. How is the new Thai teacher doing? If you had your time over again, would you still go to that school or would you go elsewhere? That's a good question. So my Thai teacher, she's gone now. So I got a new one. So this is my third teacher in less than 2 levels. But she's good. The new one's good too. Would I go to that school again? Probably. I think the only thing that I wish they did that they don't, and I've seen it at other schools, because I was at a coffee shop one day and I saw this guy, and it was obvious that he was studying Thai, but he was on his notepad, and his lessons were on the notepad. And they were like little quizzes and stuff like that. So it was very interactive. We don't have that at our school. We just have regular books, and she does all her stuff on a whiteboard, and we take notes. Nothing on the iPad or anything like that. So that would be the only thing that I wish we had. But I think it would probably be more expensive if we had those things, because some of the other schools I looked into were a lot more expensive than this one I'm at now. So that's the only thing. Everything else is like, I like everything else. My buddy from Ireland, he took Thai lessons last year, but it was all speaking and understanding Thai. There was no writing, there was no reading. That's kind of what I like about my classes. It's harder, but we're learning to read and write Thai as well as speaking it and understanding it. So I do like that aspect of it. So I probably wouldn't change anything. And the location is pretty convenient. If you're dating a 40-year-old who looks 20 years old, why not just date an actual 20-year-old? Because she's probably not as worldly, I would say. They may look the same age, but maturity levels are going to be a lot different. That would be the main thing. What's up, JJ? Hey, Will. What's up? Will travels in Da Nang, Vietnam. Thanks for coming on board. I want a girl not because she can add and subtract, but that she can multiply. I'm done with girls that can multiply. I don't want any more girls that can multiply. Will Travels is convincing me to choose Da Nang, Vietnam. Yeah, I like Da Nang. I love Da Nang, Vietnam. That's a great place. Really nice location. Great beach. Super cheap to live there. A lot cheaper than it is here in Bangkok. But there's just something about Bangkok that just makes it different. I just love it. I love the energy. I love everything about Bangkok, except for the pollution levels this time of year. That's the only thing I don't like about it. But everything else, it's off the hook. I love it. The problem with Vietnam is no true retirement visa. That's true. Yeah. Will, he does the visa runs every 90 days. To me, that would get a little old. I mean, it's bad enough for me with my education visa here that I have to go every 90 days and get an extension at immigration. That's kind of a pain in the ass. But if I had to leave the country every 90 days to get a new visa, that would be a bigger pain in the ass. That would be a major pain in the ass. So yeah, that you're right. No true retirement. Now, I've heard they're talking about doing that, so we'll see what happens. But I think it's going to be kind of like the elite visa here. It's going to be really high end, and you really have to have a lot of value to get those. Times change, maybe Bangkok in the future, not ruling it out. Okay. We'll wait. We'll wait for you. We'll be here, most likely. I don't know. I actually looked at maybe getting a place down in Hua Hin, maybe on a short-term basis, like 3 months out of the year, renting a place down there so I can go down there and, December or January, February into March when the weather is bad up here, go down there and just kind of enjoy but I can't do it while I'm in school. So it'll be next year if I do that. But I'm actually looking at doing something like that maybe. I got a friend who wants to move there in August. So let's see. Talking and doing two different things in Vietnam. Talking and doing is two different. Oh, it's like that everywhere. It's really like that here. I mean, they've been talking about a lot of things for years. But I think they're actually going to finally reduce the visa free from 60 to 30 days now. I think they're going to do that this year. They've been discussing it for years without action. Yeah. Easier said than being done. Yeah, absolutely. Oh, Dezo, thanks for the super chat. Have a pint of Guinness on me at O'Shea's. Thank you so much. I can't wait for St. Patrick's Day. For whatever reason, I haven't been in Bangkok or in Thailand on St. Patrick's Day since I moved out here. This year, it's going to happen. I'm going to be here, and I'm so excited about celebrating St. Patrick's Day. Hey, that reminds me, I don't know who's on chat here that's actually in Bangkok, but I'm thinking about doing a meet and greet on March 1st, which will be next Sunday evening. It's actually my birthday. So I thought I'll just, kind of combine the two. And if I do it at O'Shea's or maybe Laughing Tiger or somewhere, if you guys that are on chat right now, if you're in Bangkok or will be in Bangkok on March 1st, would you come and hang out? If you're not going to be here, that's fine. But I'll probably post something on my community page. But I'm thinking really strongly about doing it. It'd be kind of fun just to have some people hang out with me on my birthday since my family's not here. So it's not like a significant milestone birthday, but I kind of, after I hit 50, I kind of forgot about milestones and birthdays at that point. It's like, I don't even want to talk about it anymore. The only birthday after my 50th was the one that when I became eligible for retirement. So it's like, okay, now I can retire. Um, but yeah, I mean, if I do that, if you guys want to come join me, if you're going to be around, I'd appreciate that. You don't have to buy me drinks or anything like that. Just hang out. Happy birthday. Thanks, buddy. Appreciate that. It'll be a week from today. Be 68. 68. Can you believe it? Crazy. Oh, Kiki, member for 7 months now. Yeah, absolutely. You're my original member. If you're not the first, you're one of the first 2 or 3 members. So I appreciate that. Kiki and Jasmine, a member for 7 months now. That's awesome. What else is going on, guys? We're all caught up with chat. What else is on your mind? I will put it on my calendar. My milestone birthday is next week, the 27th. 70 years old. Oh, we're both Pisces, Marty. Awesome. Congratulations on hitting the big 7-0. That is a milestone. I didn't think I'd live past 56, to be honest with you guys. But my dad lived to be 85, and he was a heavy smoker until mom died. Mom died early, like a week or a month before, exactly a month before her 61st birthday. But she had emphysema from smoking, so that was a reason. My sisters are all older than me, so they're well into their 70s. They're still going, I don't know, going strong or not, but they're still going. But yeah, I think I'll probably, I think with my health, other than my respiratory issues, which are clearing up now, I think I could live to 100. I think I can hit that century mark. We'll see. Will Travels is a smart guy. He's got a Filipina girlfriend in Vietnam, the best of both worlds. Yeah, but they have to keep going back and forth. I mean, that to me, that's a pain in the ass. We'll be in Bangkok in October, November, all going well. So see you then. Awesome. I'll be here. Yeah, look me up for sure. How difficult do you find Thai to speak? I find some Asian languages to be almost impossible to pronounce, like Vietnamese. I find languages like Cebuana to be easier to pick up. Yeah, Vietnamese and Thai have all those tones. So if you think you're pronouncing it right, you're probably not. And you'll get corrected. Like when I was in Vietnam, this Vietnamese girl I knew, she was trying to help me learn the language. And so when I pronounce it, she would say, no, it's pronounced this way. And I swear I was saying it the same way she was saying it, but she swore it wasn't. So I guess I believe her over me because she would know it's her language. But yeah, it's speaking Cebuana or Tagalog, or they don't have the tones that they do in Vietnam or in Thailand, and that's the biggest issue, because you can look at a word in Thai, but change the tone and it changes the meaning. So you can have one word that means 5 different things because there's 5 different tones. So it can be difficult, but I'm enjoying it. Want to share several thousand words with Spanish. Yeah, it does. 4,000 could be. Yeah. I was thinking 7, but yeah, you're probably right. So if you know Spanish, right. Yeah. If you know some Spanish, then that helps you a lot with that language. Because Philippines is an island nation, when there's so many dialects. I mean, there's I don't even know how many. There's so many dialects because it's almost like separate languages. Each island or each area has a separate language because they were so separated from the different land masses, because they're islands. So they never communicated with each other when they were first establishing culture. And so that's why you've got Tagalog. That's why you've got Cebuana. That's why you've got Ilonggo, or I think it's called Ilonggo or something, Ilonga. anyway, you've got all these different dialects or basically different languages in the Philippines, whereas Thailand, it's all one landmass basically. So everybody speaks the same. Although in Isan, it's a little different than southern Thailand, but not to a point where it's a completely different language. Let's see. I mispronounced a word yesterday, not because of the tone, but because of long versus short vowels. Right. Yeah, absolutely. So you can see a vowel and maybe the word is, I don't even know, new. Let's just say new for argument's sake. But if it's a short vowel, it would be new. If it's a long vowel, it would be new. So you have to stretch out those vowels, and it changes the meaning of the word. So Marty, you're absolutely right when you talk about that. Hey Neptune, a happy early birthday. Have a nice lunch and beer on me. Thanks so much, man. Thanks for the $20 super chat. I appreciate it. You guys are awesome. Yes, that's it. It's the tonal aspect of the language that literally means you're talking from a different part of your mouth, right? Yeah, I mean, it's crazy because, and then you have the tone marks that changes things. But, and I mentioned this a couple weeks ago on a live, you've got 44 consonants, but there's three different areas in the consonants. There's a there's a low, and a medium, and a high, and each consonant is in one of those areas. But the tone marks change. So in the medium, you might have 5 tone marks, but in the low class, you might only have 4. But those 4 aren't the same 4 as the 4 in the other ones, so they change. So you have to memorize all this. It's very complicated, and I'm probably not explaining it very well. I would not be a good teacher in that respect. But yeah, it's very different, but it's been fun. I've enjoyed it. Because when I went in, I didn't have any expectations and I didn't have any stress, because they don't give you tests at the end of each section or the end of each level. They don't test you before you can move on to the next level. You don't have to pass or anything like that. So there's no stress. So I walk into the class, and if I learn something, I learn something. If I don't, I'm not stressed about it. So that's been the nice part about it. It's been fun going to school again, but I don't have that stress level like I did when I was in school, like in high school or college or whatever, where it's like, oh, I got to learn this, I got to take these tests. Or even when I was out of school, when I was in finance, and I was studying for my, life and health, or my property and casualty, or my series 6 and 63 exams. It's like, I got to get a certain percentage, otherwise I'll fail, and costs like $250 to take this test, and I can't afford to put another $250 in to take it again. So that's the stress level I don't have now. I'm not worried. I figure that if I can retain about 40% of what I'm trying to learn here, I think I'm doing pretty good. So anyway, let's see. We're about at hour and 45 minutes in. We'll go another 15 minutes or so and see how things are going. We got a good group on today, so that's good. I appreciate all the super chats. That's awesome. What else you guys want to talk about? Anything on your mind? I heard learning a language in chunks is a good method to become fluent. Yeah, I guess we're learning in chunks. When we first, like, if I think back to level 1, back in September when I first started, the first thing we learned is the consonants, 44 consonants. So they go through, and it's almost like when we're learning the alphabet in English. A is for apple, B is for banana, whatever. So you would look at a symbol, and if I were to write it out, so this symbol is gore or core, but we pronounce it gore with a G. and we associate it with gai. So gai is chicken. And so that's how I memorize it, because it looks like a head of a chicken. So, and then the next one would be core, but there's like 4 different cores because you have different tones. So you have core, core, core. So you have middle, high tone, rising tone, low tone, which is down, or falling tone. Those are the 5 tones you have. So korkai is egg, korkon is people, korkwat is bottle, korkwai is buffalo. So you've got those cores, and each associated with a different word. So we go through that whole thing, and you basically memorize all 44. And within that time period that you're memorizing those, you're also learning different phrases like, the obvious ones, sawadee kap, hello, that's a greeting. Sabaidi mai is how are you? We learn where are you from? I am from, I'm from America or whatever. You learn those little phrases as you go along, kind of like when I was taking German in high school and college. Each chapter had a different dialogue that you learn in the dialogues. And I still remember some of those dialogues were so cheesy. It's like, was tust du? Ich übe Geige. Bist du müde? Ja. That's German for, what are you doing? I'm playing the violin. Are you tired? Yes. Like, that will never come into any conversation in my entire life. I never, ever had to talk about, are you playing the violin? But those were some of the stupid little dialogues you had in each chapter learning German. So we don't go to that part in these books here in Thai, but we do learn simple phrases like, where are you from? Where's your house? Ban is house, things like that. So that's been the fun part. So I really enjoy it. And the teachers I've had are very good. The problem is they don't get paid a lot, so they don't stay. So when another job comes along, they take the job that pays more, which is kind of sad. AI is now teaching foreign language. Oh, of course, yeah. AI is teaching everything and learning more and more as they go. Story learning is one of the most effective ways to learn a language. Many polyglots learn this way and recommend people to learn this way since it makes memory association. Yeah, when I was learning Japanese, when I almost took a job in Japan, and I was learning Japanese when I would be back in the U.S. I'd drive home when I was working in Dallas. Every time I drive to and from work, I'd be on the interstate for about 30 minutes. So I would I got these books, these audio books on Audible to learn Japanese, and it was all dialogues like that. So I would learn. They would read the phrase, and then I would repeat it. They would break it down into each word. I would repeat, and so just repetition, you learn that way. So that was kind of fun. But I ended up not taking the job, so I stopped trying to learn the language. A trip to Isan for you would get you out of your comfort zone and force you to practice it more. I'm sure the locals would love you for trying your best. Yeah, I think they do appreciate your effort in trying to speak their language. What's funny is I try to do that at the restaurants and stuff. I try to order in Thai. But what's really funny is, hang on a second, I need to cough here. What's really funny is a lot of these restaurants, they're from Myanmar, these waitresses, and they don't speak Thai. So you start to talk to them in Thai, and they look at you and they go, "Oh, I'm from Myanmar. I don't speak Thai." It's like, "Oh, okay." So I'm wasting a wasted effort. And then I always ask them, "How do you say thank you in Myanmar?" And they tell me, but I always forget. I guess I just don't have that much memory in my head left to learn another language. Will you be able to write Thai at the end of the course? Yeah, writing Thai, I think that's the hardest because I can read the words. Like if I'm looking at a billboard or looking at the signs on the BTS or whatever, I can pronounce the words. I can read those. I just don't know a lot of what the words mean. I don't have that vocabulary built up yet to understand what they all mean. But writing is different because just because the fact that, yeah, you have 44 consonants, but there's probably six consonants that have this basically the same sound. So if you're writing a word like Krong Thep, which is Bangkok, Krong Thep. So you're looking for that K. Well, it could be core. It could be the core from Kor Kai, could be the core from Kor Kwai, could be Kor Kwat, could be Kor Kon, could be Kor, could be any of those 5 different Ks. But it's hard to know which one to use. So that's the problem. I think writing will be the toughest part, but probably the part that I would use the least anyway. So reading would be, speaking it and understanding it is obviously that would be top on my list. Reading it would be next, and understanding what the words mean, just expanding my vocabulary. The writing part, I don't think I would ever need to write. I can't imagine me needing to write other than my name if I'm doing a worksheet. Okay. We'll go about 6 or 7 more minutes, guys. We still got 35 on, so that's pretty good. Anything else on your mind? What else is good? What else you want to talk about? But the Thai language has been fun. I've enjoyed it. So let me see. So I got 2 videos coming out public this week. One of them talks about the visa differences, the visa changes coming. And the other one is my trip around Tonsai Market, night market over there out at Bering BTS, which is way south. So check that out. That's a neat video. The problem is I got, when I posted it originally on the membership page, I got demonetized because of a music copyright, because the band was playing in the background and it picked it up enough for YouTube to see, even though it was a live version, they still copyright strike me. So I had to re-upload the video and mute that part. So when you're watching that video of me trying all my food, I just put music in the background, so some generic music, so you don't hear me talking. But I will tell you the food was delicious. So, so yeah, that you can check that out. The video about the visas post tomorrow morning, and then I think Wednesday I post the one about Tonsai Market. So, okay, let's see. I can read, but I almost never have to physically write in Thai. Spelling words is, as you say, you just need to know the word. If you think about it in English, it's the same. Yeah, exactly. Maybe I'll do a border run into Thailand. Yeah, sure. Can I still do that? Well, yeah, you can fly into Thailand. If you do a border run, like a ground run, you can do that through Laos. Probably not Cambodia. I think those borders are still shut down on the ground, but you can fly into Thailand. If you're in Vietnam, if that's what you're thinking, to do those 90-day runs, you can fly to Thailand. Yeah, it's super cheap. It's like $100 or something. Flying to Thailand, $100 round trip. Fly into Thailand, stay a few days, get your new e-visa for your new 90 days of Vietnam. Usually takes about 3 to 5 business days. So spend a week in Thailand, fly back, or do like Will does and take the bus from Da Nang to Cambodia or whatever. It's like a 12-hour trip, but you get your stamp right away. You don't have to wait 3 to 5 business days. So you get your new 90 days as soon as you cross over into Cambodia. And I think the cost is like $150 or something total for everything. But you'll have to ask Will about that. He has all the details on that. Like the live, guys. Yeah, please do hit the like button if you would. That really helps the algorithm, really helps my channel. I appreciate that. If you're new to watching, if you like the content, subscribe. It doesn't cost anything to subscribe, or you can become a member. That's 99 cents a month. So that's all. But other food markets in the pipeline, yeah, I'll probably check some out. I mean, I want to try to start doing more videos of places that not a lot of people go to, not a lot of expats go to. Like this Tonsai market was one, which is a neat market. But I can do the touristy areas too. Like I did a video on Pat Pong last night, and I'll probably put something together for that. So I'll just keep doing that. Would you guys rather see those type of videos where I'm walking around different areas, or would you rather see videos where I'm giving you guys information and experience, like the visas or the dating? Which is more appealing to you guys? I'd like to know. That'd be interesting to know how you guys want to do. How many members have you now? I think I'm at 18 or 20, something like that. I know you give out memberships every once in a while, which is awesome. I appreciate that. After about 30 days, they fall off. Maybe one or two will re-up, but I would say probably, 2/3 of them probably just let those memberships expire, which is fine. It's not, obviously, for 99 cents a month, it's not going to make or break my nest egg or anything like that. But I do appreciate the memberships, and I try to post videos on there that nobody else can see unless you're a member. So the walkabouts, okay, cool. A combination of both. Okay. Yeah, I'll try to do that. The problem is, I think YouTube sees those different styles of videos, and it can't decide who to recommend my videos to. And I think it's been hurting. I think maybe I need to niche down a little bit and be a little more specific, but I don't know. I enjoy what I do. It's fun. I don't make a ton of money off of it, but I'm not in it for the money. I'm in it for just to kind of a hobby to keep me occupied in my retirement age, and, share my experiences with you guys. That's the main thing. Hope you guys like it. I like the walk and talk videos, but the external noise can be an issue. Traffic noise. Yeah. I use the noise reduction on my mics, which works pretty good. And then I can also do it post-production when I'm on my editing equipment, CapCut. The only problem with that is if I use the editing on CapCut, the noise reduction, it really clips it, and it gives it that kind of a mechanical almost, or a electronic sound to my voice. It doesn't sound very good. I don't like it. So, it is what it is. But you know what? I mean, if you're out in Bangkok, that's what you deal with. You deal with the noise. So that's the real part about Bangkok. Both are appealing. Okay, good. I'll keep doing both. I'll keep. I like to do different neighborhoods and walk around, but I don't want to just do a video about the neighborhood necessarily. Maybe I'll do a video about some other content while I'm walking through the video and kind of go back and forth. But I don't know. I'm still kind of experimenting on what works best, but I'm always open to suggestions. I thought about I had a few suggestions for doing a video on Chinese New Year. And I started videoing different areas in Bangkok that celebrated the Chinese New Year and had all the decorations. But I thought, you know what? I don't know that a lot of people would be that interested in Chinese New Year. So I got kind of lazy. So then dating. Okay. Both are appealing, then dating. Okay, so not dating, not talk about dating. Okay. Well, I am going to do a comparison. I've had a lot of people comment. They want me to do a video comparing dating Thai girls with Filipina girls. So I am going to do that. I don't know if I'm going to do it anytime soon. I may wait till Gio gets back and then have him talk about his experience in both and his experience in Kenya too. So I may wait until he gets back in March for that. So we'll see. Or April. I think he's coming back in April. All right, guys, we're right over 2 hours. Anything else you guys want to chat about before I close it down for the day? I need to go eat. I saw a video yesterday that claimed a rooftop pool collapsed in Bangkok. It was AI and it was BS. Oh, yeah, I didn't see that, but yeah, I haven't seen anything like that. The quality of builds here in Bangkok is really, really good. That's one thing I like here better than in the Philippines is the infrastructure and the quality of everything that's built here is so much better. Like my condo here is so much nicer than any of the condos I lived in the Philippines in BGC. It's just nicer. So, but all right, guys, I think I'm going to call it for the day. Thanks for coming on. I appreciate you all. Thanks for the super chats. I really appreciate that. Let's see, Dezo Mahoney for the super chat. Neptune 888 for the super chat. Kiki and Jasmine, member for 7 months. Appreciate that. And anybody else who's a member that's on today, thank you so much. If you haven't subscribed, please do so. That would be awesome. We're still working on trying to get to 18,000 subscribers. Hopefully we'll hit that sometime in the next few weeks. And then if you want to be a member, it's only 99 cents a month, free to subscribe. But next week will be my birthday live stream next Sunday. So we'll definitely do something there. We'll probably do a meet and greet too Sunday night. But check my community page for more information on that. All right, guys, I'm out of here. Have a great day. As always, live life, my friend. And we'll talk to you again soon.